Hi everyone, you're watching this video because you want to learn how to optimize your content on your Squarespace web pages. As you can see here, I've just scanned SEOSpace's homepage. For the purpose of this video, I've added a keyword. So I've scanned this page with a keyword that I haven't optimized it for, Squarespace SEO tool. My target keyword is Squarespace SEO plugin. So hopefully this is going to explain the key concepts when it comes to optimizing your page's content. Now, when we add a keyword to a scan on SEOSpace, SEOSpace is going to give us step-by-step recommendations of how to rank higher for that keyword. And this is super important because when it comes to ranking on Google for a specific keyword, we want to make it extremely clear to Google about what we want to actually rank for. So when you've got a particular keyword, SEOSpace is going to give you recommendations of where to place that keyword based upon SEO best practices in order to make it clear to Google what you want to rank for and to boost your chances of ranking higher on Google for that keyword. So, for example, if we head over to the content here, one of the big recommendations is make sure you include that main keyword in the first 100 words of your body content, i.e., the content below the main heading. You also want to include it a certain amount of times, as well as also with variations, again, to clearly communicate to Google what you want to rank for. This recommendation is based upon the length of the page, i.e., how many words you have. So if you have 1,000 words, you need to include your main keyword less than you would if you had a 5,000 word page, for example. And then the final recommendation is make sure you include the main keyword in a subheading. I've already done it in this case, but just make sure you tick that off to make it extremely clear. Other places that you need to include this main keyword are in the heading as a string, i.e., you need to make sure that all the words are next to each other. So even though I have Squarespace SEO tools or tool in the heading, because I haven't included those words all next to each other, you can see that I'm still getting the recommendation to optimize this and place the keywords next to each other. Now, as I mentioned, this isn't the target keyword for this web page. It's just an example. However, if I wanted to really maximize the chances of ranking for Squarespace SEO tool, I would put those words as a string, i.e., all next to each other in sequence. And you want to make sure that you follow that with all of the places that you need to place your primary keyword on the web page. Other things that you need to do include the word counts. You want to make sure that you've got at least 300 words on every single web page. This is to avoid something called thin content. Thin content is when you don't have enough content and or value on a web page for Google to deem it worthy to rank. So you want to make sure that you've got high quality content on every web page so that your web pages are worthy of Google ranking. 300 words we've found is to be the sweet spot, but you want to make sure that those 300 words are valuable. And of course, that is the minimum of what you should put on every web page. After that, we also then have suggested keywords. And suggested keywords are essentially additional keywords that you could add on the web page in order to boost your chances of ranking for your main keyword. So these are suggestions that we get that are related to your main keyword. For example, Yoast SEO Squarespace, Yoast SEO for Squarespace. If I added these to this web page, it would include different keywords in order to show to Google what I want to rank for and increase my likelihood of ranking for extra keywords on this web page. You can also see Squarespace SEO Audit. Now, this isn't actually something that changes the score of your web page. If you do or don't include these keywords, then we're not going to score you down or up, purely because you may not necessarily want to include these keywords on the web page. As you can see here, Squarespace SEO Checklist. This is actually a keyword that I've optimized another page for on my website, so I won't want to include this here. And then it also shows how many people search for these keywords per month. Then just scrolling down, these are recommendations of keywords to add based upon what you already rank for. And again, you're not scored based upon this. This is just a way in order to give you different suggestions of what you could or couldn't include in order to communicate to Google what you want to rank for. Now, all this being said, you can place your keywords in all the right pages on your website, but if it's not high quality enough, you're just not going to rank. So just to give you an example, if I just take the keyword that I have entered on this web page and type it into Google. So I've just typed in Squarespace SEO tools. You can see there's a number of different web pages. There's Squarespace, SEO Space, Squarespace, some YouTube videos, Squarespace again. Neil Patel, etc., etc. Whenever you're targeting a specific keyword, you want to make sure the content on your web page is higher quality than what already ranks. Because if it's not high quality, as I've mentioned, you can place your keyword in all the right places, but Google still isn't going to rank you. You want to make sure that you perfectly match the reason why someone is searching for something. And these are the things that you should be doing outside of your SEO score, because remember, an SEO score is one part of SEO, but something that you can't really put a score on is whether or not you provide value in the content. So, something that I always recommend is actually Google the keyword that you want to rank for, analyze what's already on page one, and list out, if someone is searching this keyword, this search term, what would they want to see? What would the perfect web page look like? And after you've done that, you can then make sure that your web page includes all those things in order to boost your chances of ranking. If you want to get extra suggestions for that, you can actually head over to our AI recommendations. And this is going to essentially act as an SEO consultant and give you recommendations that you can add in order to boost the page's quality and also match the intent of the search term that you're optimizing this web page for. Again, these aren't things that are included in your score because ultimately this sort of stuff is subjective. Quality depends upon who your target customer is. So I always recommend taking a step back in order to really assess what this page should or shouldn't include. As you can see here, we've got a number of different suggestions that you may or may not want to follow. Now, of course, if you've got any questions, feel free to leave a comment below this video or head over to SEO Space's chat support. And of course, in the meantime, thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.